14 high-profile corruption cases. The Inspectorate also recovered a total number of 2 billion in misappropriated funds, and 844 million was paid to public officials who had been denied or delayed payments of their salaries, gratuities, and pensions. Additionally, 378 out of 1,392 recommendations, that is about 26%, were implemented during this period, and 7 systems reviews were conducted to address the structural weaknesses in public institutions. The Inspectorate also concluded 246 breach of code investigations and 926 verifications. 27 cases are being prosecuted at the Anti-Corruption Court, which were initiated through intelligence-led operations, and then reinforcing the shift towards proactive enforcement. I strengthened the leadership oversight through the visits to the Inspectorate of Government Regional Offices, that is Kabale, Mbarara, and Masaka, to assess operational conditions. And during the said visit, we conducted spot checks at Kabale, Mbarara, and Masaka hospitals. And these inspections resulted in 3 arrests, which brought to light critical service delivery gaps, including overcrowding, non-functional health equipment, shortage of essential medicines, and allegations of extortions by the staff of the hospitals. So the IG is following up these matters with the relevant authorities to ensure that they are addressed conclusively. I have also been informed that the reconstruction of Namwanzi Primary School classroom block in Kalungu district was commenced following the directives issued during our inspection visit. So this is a demonstration of the Inspectorate's commitment to ensuring an oversight which leads to tangible corrective action. We recently trained a total number of 78 investigators and prosecutors to strengthen their capacity in investigation and prosecution of financial crimes. This was done in collaboration with other institutions, that is the Directorate of the Criminal Investigation Directorate, that is the CID, the Anti-Corruption Court, and then the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. So such efforts are meant to reinforce the capacity of our staff to effectively execute their duties. So over the period of January to February this year, we have so far dismissed 12 public officers from service. 4 public officers, including 1 chief administrative officer, were interdicted. 3 public officers were reprimanded. 1 officer was demoted in rank. 8 arrests have so far been effected in the month of January and February. 1 being an officer from Jinja who was in charge of collections at the source of the Nile. He embezzled about 915 million shillings. He was arrested and the case is under prosecution. And then last week we arrested 6 officers from Rwanda district for embezzlement and abuse of office. They were also remanded. They appeared before the Anti-Corruption Court and were remanded last week. We have so far recovered 89 million between the month of January and February, which was unspent from Dr. Deep sub-projects from the activities in the districts falling within the IG Moyo Regional Office. The PDM funds that were used without following proper guidelines have been streamlined in the districts of Kasanda, In summary, we have IG recovery orders that are outstanding as of today to a tune of about 9.9 billion shillings. And as of now, 2.4 billion shillings has been recovered per IG orders. So despite all the achievements I have noted above, the Inspectorate continues to face critical challenges that are affecting the full realization of the priorities that we have set out to achieve. Corruption is no longer predominantly petty in nature. It is increasingly becoming sophisticated and syndicated, and in certain circumstances, linked to cross-border networks. So in some cases, it is also normalized in some cases. So at the institutional level, we face limited staffing and gaps in the specialized skills required to handle the complex corruption cases and the maladministration. So inadequate funding and an aging motor vehicle fleet further constrains our ability to conduct timely investigations, prosecutions, and verifications across the country. So to address these challenges, we shall be implementing targeted interventions aimed at changing the public attitude and behavior towards corruption, while engaging the government of Uganda and our development partners to mobilize additional financial and technical support to strengthen our operational capacity. We will also continue to engage our stakeholders, such as other anti-corruption agencies, civil society organizations, the private sector, and the media to address the challenges. So in the next phase, we will continue to pursue the priorities that we have outlined at the start of the tenure and those set out in our strategic plan of 2025, 2026, 2029-30. Our focus will remain firmly on delivering impactful results. We will intensify prosecution-led investigations with emphasis on high-profile and high-impact corruption cases to strengthen deterrence. We will deepen collaboration with other anti-corruption agencies to ensure proper coordination and ensure a more unified and effective national response. At the same time, we will promote a whole government approach by supporting ministries, departments, agencies, and local governments to mainstream the anti-corruption measures into their plans, budgets, projects, and programs. Our goal is not only to enforce the law, but also to strengthen systems and prevent corruption before it occurs. As I conclude, the Inspectorate of Government remains committed to combating corruption and maladministration in the public sector and to the full execution of the constitutional mandate. The progress made in the last 6 months reflects a clear shift towards results, stronger enforcement, and institutional reform. While challenges remain, our direction is firm and our determination is clear. I extend my appreciation to our dedicated staff at the Inspectorate, whose professionalism and commitment continue to drive this work, as well as to the Government of Uganda, other anti-corruption agencies, civil society organizations, the media, the citizens, and our development partners for their continued support and collaboration. So the message going forward is straightforward. We will deliver results, we will strengthen transparency and accountability, and we will pursue reforms that make corruption more difficult, more costly, and less tolerated. The Inspectorate of Government will remain focused, responsive, and determined to uphold public trust. Lastly, I would like to take this opportunity to remind all public officers to prepare to declare their incomes, assets, and liabilities to the Inspectorate of Government from the 1st to the 30th of April 2026. We are currently updating our registers, conducting trainings on the IG online declaration system, focal points in ministries, departments, agencies, and local governments to ensure that the declaration period is seamless. I remind you all who will fail to submit their declarations by 30th that we shall submit their names to the Leadership Code Tribunal for prosecution. I thank you all for listening to me, for God and my country. And the staff of the IG, members of the Uganda Media Center, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Like she said, this is my maiden conference, so I hope you bear with me. I'll do a lot of reading, but I hope you can keep up. So I thank you all for coming to my inaugural press conference as the Inspector General of Government. His Excellency the President appointed me as the Inspector General of Government in October 2025, and I was sworn in November 2025. I assumed office fully aware of the responsibilities entrusted to me under the constitutional mandate of the Inspectorate of Government, in alignment with the Inspectorate of Government Strategic Plan 2025-2026, 2029-2030. I set out a clear and focused agenda aimed at combating corruption and maladministration in the public sector and strengthening the Inspectorate of Government to be more effective, efficient, responsive, and result-driven. When the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda was promulgated in 1995, the Inspectorate of Government became an independent constitutional body enshrined under Chapter 13 and 14, and it is operationalized by the Inspectorate of Government Act of 2002 and the Leadership Code of 2022 as amended. The functions of the Inspectorate of Government are prescribed under Article 225 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, and the jurisdiction of the IG is prescribed under Article 226 of the Constitution of Uganda, and it covers all civil servants, public officers, and leaders as defined in the Leadership Code of 2022 as amended. So in summary, the IG's jurisdiction covers all public institutions, organizations, and enterprises as parliaments may by law prescribe. The powers of the IG are prescribed under Article 230 of the Constitution, and among other things, the IGG has powers to order or direct under any other circumstances. So in short, the IG is a quasi-judicial institution with powers close to those of warrant, of arrest, search warrant, to halt activities, freeze bank accounts, phone accounts, and other activities that fall within the mandate. So the functions of the IG may be summarized in 4 categories. That is the anti-corruption, which is the duty to fight the prevention of corruption. And then the Ombudsman Affairs, the function that is mandated to monitor maladministration in government institutions. And then the Leadership Code Act, the conduct of which the duty is to handle the verification of assets and liabilities of public officers. It also handles research, education, and advocacy functions. So today, as I mark 100 days in office, I would like to outline the priorities I have set upon assumption of office, and also highlight the key achievements of the Inspectorate in the last 6 months, and to share with you the challenges and our strategic directions in the next phase. Office, I set out the following priorities: improving the complaints registration and the feedback mechanisms to the public. This we will do by enhancing the IG contact center and streamlining internal case handling processes to ensure that they are more responsive and transparent. I have also initiated reforms to improve institutional efficiency, reduce investigation delays, and shorten case turnaround time. I have also placed strong emphasis on automation, digitalization, and digital transformation to modernize the operations of the inspectorate. Further, I have directed the prioritization of high-impact cases, emphasized the prosecution-led investigations, and expanded our focus on money laundering to ensure that our interventions have a strong deterrent effect when it comes to embezzlers. I have also set a clear target to increase the prosecution rate to at least 70% by the end of 2025-2026. So this should be a warning, and I repeat, this should be a warning to the public officials out there that if we get you, our first action will be to ensure that you are prosecuted. Similarly, I am committed to ensuring that at least 50% of our recommendations are implemented. So this will be done through strengthening the follow-up mechanisms that I have already highlighted. I have also set targets to enhance our verification processes by introducing analytical tools and engaging specialized experts, including financial analysts, to improve the quality and the rigor of our verifications. This is in relation to public officers who are required to declare their assets come April 1st. At the same time, I am renewing and deepening engagements with our key stakeholders and development partners, which is going to help us improve on coordination and eliminate duplication of efforts, mobilize resources, and also ensure that the inspectorate is better equipped to effectively deliver on its mandate. So in the last 6 months, that is between July to December 2025, the IG registered a total number of 1,516 complaints, and we commenced investigations in about 1,151 cases, which makes a total percentage of 75%. A total of 306 corruption cases and 350 ombudsman matters were investigated and concluded within the 6 months, that is July to December 2025.